In this video, we'll look at several examples of lighting used to create various moods. Color for effect and mood, and we were kind of alluding to that somewhat there, but you could get a million examples of this. One of the things when I put this class together is I figured if I got all the coolest movies and put them up here that YouTube would leave it up for about a millisecond, and then the copyright people would not let anyone ever see this video. So I've used all of my own stuff in these videos. So I pulled some things that I think have a different moods and feelings, and part of which is due to color. So I'll just show you a few clips, because we don't have time to do elaborate lighting right now. This is like a hospital commercial. So that's, kind of a tech. It's got that bluish, that kind of a shot, the green in the background, it's not goofy looking, but it still has that tech feel, and that's got a real bright, high key kind of a feel to it, So this is like almost the opposite. Low key, moody, warm kind of a thing, so. But I thought the lighting was interesting. And there's a little horror movie with like no color at all. There's a little bit of color in there somewhere, but
was the gain really turned up as high as it looks like it is for these things?
It was up. It wasn't up. I think it's been augmented, but we also took a little light, because this is supposed to be done. This is a found footage thing. It's supposed to be somebody. You see the guy. They come up with all these reasons why we have this footage. So you see the guy with his little camcorder sometimes, but we took a little. Black wrap, this aluminum foil basically, and made like a spot about that big for a light that would just like light a little bit in front of you and then just fade off, so you could just sort of barely see what was going on. It was kind of creepy looking, and then it was kind of like that infrared kind of look.
So sometimes it pays to light the scene poorly to establish a certain mood.
Sure. Yep.
That's what that was all about.
Yeah.
Oh, not to get stuck on this,
Yeah.
but how do you set aperture? I guess aperture for exposure on a shot like that, where you're purposely.
Well, you're still just setting it. You still need enough light to get the exposure. Right. Oftentimes, as a rule of thumb, and again, we talked about the waveform monitor. This camera's not aimed very well right now, but that you're generally aiming for the middle ranges on average. But you can certainly have a shot that, geez, you watch movies, you'll have a shot where you can barely see anything, and there's a few little glimmers of light. You can have things that are, so that I'm sure that was darker than normal exposure. So it's to taste kind of, to some extent you can leave a little of that for post, but I think it's a little dangerous leaving too much to post. You can get in trouble, Then the more dynamic range you have, the safer it is. But yeah, you sit around the monitor and you look at it, and you talk about it, and you decide what you want it to look like, and then that's what you do. This is another kind of romantic-y kind of thing, but this is just. But there's all the different colors going on. Some of that's just that was in the store, but the combination of white balance and a little bit of lighting sources, but a lot of it's just available light that was in the set dressing. But it's definitely got that and the hospital commercial, they feel completely different, and a lot of it is color, that's giving it that feeling. And this is another kind of like happy commercial, so it's, hometown, whatever, bright, sunny day, So it's high key. Everything's well lit from every possible angle. There's a lot of edges. It's not a lot of. If there's color variation, it's toward the warm end of things.
By edges? I know what an edge is, obviously, but a lot of edges.
Well, light coming from behind. Well, if you look at Tatiana right now, she's got a nice edge light on her hair.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And so and that people use, and I'll talk about this more when I talk about direction. People use a bunch of different terminologies, hair light, edge light, backlight, rim light. I think edge tends to refer more toward when with a face, you see it on their face, like not just on their hair, but coming across their face, maybe hitting the nose a little bit. But it's a light from behind and the side. She's got a little edge light on there, just I think naturally from the sun, but this is just kind of got a weird, I don't know what you call that, but it's got a little weird look to it. But you know, that's just color grading making this look that way, but it, you know, is definitely, but they're interesting, you know, it's an interesting style. Click on the next video to continue. New videos drop every couple of days. If you like what you see, like and follow us on our social media channels. And everything is downloadable for free on our website, rucciproductions.com.